Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Najah Husna binti Iskandar. I am the first presenter and I'm going to tell you about background study. As stated earlier, our project is about rainwater harvesting filter using natural resources. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is about chemical composition for rainwater. Chlorine, nitrate, sulfate are categorized for anions, while calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and ammonium are categorized for cations. There are other examples for water filter, such as for river. They got conventional, direct, and bypass treatment. 6 core components for rainwater harvesting system are catchment area, gutter and downspout, filtration system, distribution system, and treatment. In filtration system, which is our project concern, activated carbon can be used to get rid of organic constituent. Other than that, arsenic also can be removed from synthetic and industrial wastewater by using coconut husk.
Good day to everyone. My name is Joyciana Jos, and today I would like to continue on the problem statement of our project. As we all know, Malaysia is one of the countries that have dealt with water shortage problem despite having plenty and adequate amount of water resources. This is because due to the increasing demand of water consumption by the industries itself. Next, the problem becomes very significant when rainwater harvesting system is not being implemented well in Malaysia due to its expensive costs and also very little knowledge regarding the rainwater harvesting system itself. If the rainwater is left untreated, it will also be dangerous to the human body. That is why this project becomes very significant. So, in developing countries, there are two most major problems that is related to water, which is the insufficient supplies and also treatment of water. That is why, in our project, by using natural resources in rainwater filter, this will help to lower down the cost and also will provide a good water quality for the rainwater harvesting filter. Let's discuss further regarding the objective of our project, which is divided into 3, which is 1. To select the right natural resources that fits the need of the rainwater filter itself, and the second one is to design a filter for rainwater by using natural resources. The third one will be to test the effectiveness of the filter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Narizati binti Ahmad. I'm going to explain about the expected result for our project. So, the first one is our project will only focus on the natural resources for our filtration. There's only 3 natural resources we're going to test. The first one is rock, the second one is coconut husk, and the third one is activated carbon. For the rock, there will be 2 sizes, which is small and also big rock, and then the design and model filter will be done by using only low cost product, and it's only require minimum expertise, so everyone can do it as long as there is a suitable material. The third one, a sample will be collected at College Kediaman Pago, and then we will only test 5 parameters, which are pH, total suspended solid, dissolved oxygen, chemical oxygen demand, and also biochemical oxygen demand. On those tests, the result will determine the suitability purpose filter for rainwater. Moving on to expected results. So, based on the project, what we expect is filter can filter visible matter such as dirt, leaf, and also insects. Next, the sample passed through the filter. It should be odorless, tasteless, colorless, and also free from chlorine. Next, what we expect from this study is the pH value is between 5 to 6. Why? Because based on National Water Quality Standard for Malaysia, it is stated at class 2 for pH that is used for recreational use with body contact. It should be between 5 to 6. And then for the 5 parameter that I've said before, for the SS parameter, it should be 50 to 150 milligram per liter. And then for DO parameter, it should be 5 to 7 milligram per meter. And then for COD, it should be 25 to 50 milligram per liter. And also the last one is BOD, between 3 to 6 milligram per liter. I guess that's all for expected result.
Now let's discuss further regarding the rainwater itself. So as we all know, water has become one of the most significant or important element in the human's life. We are blessed that Malaysia have received as much as 2,400 mm of rain in Peninsular Malaysia. For Sabah, it is 2,360 mm, while for Sarawak is 3,830 mm. But water should not be taken lightly because the existence of this water supply has become strained due to the increasing demand of water consumption in Malaysia, as told before in the problem statement. That is why rainwater harvesting should be implemented in Malaysia to increase the water resources for Malaysia. Now, in rainwater, there are contamination in rainwater that should not be taken lightly. That is why rainwater filter becomes very significant. One of it is internal factor and the second one is external factor that will affect the rainwater itself. Now let's discuss about the factors affecting rainwater. As I have said before, the factors is divided into two, which is internal and external. For internal, it is happening in the hydrological cycle itself. Water or rainwater, it becomes acidic due to the absorption of the carbon dioxide and also nitrogen gas. So this will change the pH of the rainwater itself. So for external factors, there are a few that is said here, which is one, the traces of heavy metals in water due to the rock and soil erosion. The second one will be environmental condition or activities that happens in the areas of study where we collect rainwater, such as the usage of agrochemical in the area will contribute to the factors affecting the rainwater quality itself. So for roof surface and catchment area condition, it will also be described as the external factors of rainwater quality because rainwater might collect microbial contaminants or corrodes the material due to its acidity. Next, the things that should not be taken lightly in external factors is pathogenic bacteria, dust and ash, and also mosquito larvae. So, based on the assessment of rainwater, there are a few tests that is suitable. But in this study, we have focused into 5, which is the TSS, which is the total suspended solid, the dissolved oxygen, DO, COD is chemical oxygen demand, BOD is biochemical oxygen demand, and the pH test. These are the 5 parameters that should be tested. For the class of the water, we have chosen class 2 as the water quality that is needed in our project. So based on the excerpt of National Water Quality Standards for Malaysia, class 2 is defined as a water that is used for recreational use with body contact, and it is also suitable for sensitive aquatic species for fishery. But in the NWQSM definition itself, it has said that for water supply 2, conventional treatment is required. That is why this project becomes significant, and to make sure our parameters are tested according to Malaysian standards, we are using the NWQSM, which is the National Water Quality Standards for Malaysia.
Now I'm going to tell you about water filter. There are 3 main points in this topic, which are importance of rainwater filter, water filter for rainwater, and lastly, effective filter arrangement and design of filter media. As we all know, rainwater carries pollutants, metals and bacteria which can lead to sickness if it left unfiltered. Rainwater filter is used to eliminate hazardous chemicals and also to secure much better supply for potable water. Second point, water filter for rainwater. There are 2 types, disinfection and microscopic filtration. Disinfection is a must if the rainwater is used for drinking and showering. 2 options for disinfections are chlorination and ozonation. Chlorination involves chlorine using injection system, while ozonation using carbon filter to improve water quality. For microscopic filtration, it separates microscopic organisms from fluid by using filtration apparatus and process. It requires pressure to work efficiently and may have backwash feature. The last one is effective filter arrangement and design of filter media. The very popular filter design is vertical filter. This is because because it requires minimal space and also easy to self-clean. In this study, we use three main natural resources for filtration, which are activated carbon, coconut husk, and rock. Activated carbon is good in removing odor, taste, color, organic and inorganic contaminants. Other than that, it is also able to remove particles such as leaf, dust, organic impurities, and heavy metals. Activated carbon is divided into two, granular GAC and powdered PAC. The size of PAC is around 15 to 25 micrometers, and PAC works better for BOD and COD, according to Actas and Susan 2007. Next is coconut husk. The reason we chose coconut husk for this study, it is thick and coarse but durable. The brown fiber is thick and strong. It can treat heavy metal and also reduce concentration of BOD, COD, and suspended solid. Not to forget, coconut husk also contribute to lowering turbidity of water. And the last one is rock. It comes from many types, size, shape, hardness, and texture. Small rock size is around 2.5 to 5 cm and large rock is around 5 to 10 cm. Both of these rocks have different effects. Small rock is effective in treatment of sewage, while large rock is a long-term than small rocks. We include both rock, small and large in this study because both sizes of rock is needed to have better performance in filtration process according to Kira Turai 2014.
Now, I'm going to explain about the table of natural resources that we have reviewed. So, those are the studies that we have reviewed. Some of that has filtered rainwater, and some of that indicates others samples than rainwater. For example, river water. Even though they are not testing rainwater, but the resource that they use to filter the sample is natural resource. So that's why we still review about the studies. And then there's a study that research about activated carbon, right? So activated carbon is very, very special because it can remove odor and also taste. Same goes to coconut shell. The difference between those two is the size itself that we have made. We can conclude that the size and also the shape of natural resources really affect the effectiveness of the filtration. For example, large and angular materials such as rock can have larger void between each other, so it's only allowed to filter big particle, while for rounded shape and also small size material can filter small particle like dust. Most of the study use 4 layers as the maximum layers. Why? Because it will allow the water to move smoothly. If the layers is too much, it will slow down the process of the water. At the bottom of the table is our own research. So as you can see, our layers are big rocks, small rocks, activated carbon, and also coconut husk. And why we combine those three natural resources is because due to the high percentage of micropores in coconut husk, it is good to remove wide variety size of particle and also pollutant, while activated carbon is good at removing contaminant in rainwater such as unwanted microfluorine, as well as it can remove odor. So by combining these two natural resources, it will give a better effect to the result, to the outcome of our project.
Methodology flowchart. This simple flowchart maps out our process from chapter 1 to chapter 3. The first one is introduction, which we introduce about our project, rainwater harvesting filter using natural resources. Goes by literature review, where we survey books, articles, and any other relevant sources which related to our project. filter design and layer design, which lead to proposal design and analysis.
You see from the table, there are three types of material to use for the filter. The first material, which is fiberglass, the advantage is it doesn't rust or corrode. It's stiff and rigid, and it can tolerate from several types of water treatment chemical. We can see that fiberglass is long last. But the disadvantage of this material is it is fragile because it is thin and light, and also easily to crack. And then moving on to steel, mostly coated by galvanized steel, which is to protect it from the corrosion, and also it is suitable for large storage, so you can store a lot of water by using this material. But the disadvantage of this material is since it uses galvanized to coated the material, it can rust over the time. Liquid zinc leave the waste taste metallic, so the aftertaste of the water stored in this filter can taste metallic, and then it obviously still it will cost a lot. Last but not least, the material that we have studied is polyethylene. So the advantage of this material is it is strong, lightweight, and cost efficient. And then it comes with different shape and also style, and it is easier to install, and it's non-corrosive. But the disadvantage for this material is it requires more baffles compared to stainless steel. So that's all for design of filter tank. Moving on to water filter design. So as you can see, this is vertical, and then there is a section for the water input and also output, and also the section for the natural resources, and also the filter rainwater. And then based on those research about the design, we have outcome our own design. So the material that we're going to use for this project is polyethylene, since it has more advantage compared to those two. And then the height for the filter is 120 centimeter, and the radius of the size is 15 centimeters. And while the diameter for the pipe, which is the pipe for the water input and output, 40 millimeter diameter.
Now, let's discuss further regarding the design of the filter media. So in here, you will see big rock, small rock, activated carbon, coconut husk, and also fabric filter, which is the non-woven geotextile picture in the top left corner of this slide. So basically, for big and small rock or gravel, it becomes very important to remove suspended solid, turbidity, and coliform bacteria. It also acts to remove the external contaminant from outside, such as the leaves, dust, and also any birds dropping. So for the design of the filter media, the big small rocks will be at the top layer, and it will be each of it will have 5 cm layer. So to make it more effective, the combination of activated carbon and gravel is very suitable for pre-treatment. So for activated carbon, which is charcoal, it enhances sedimentation and it removes impurities and heavy metals. Based on Abdel on his study in 2012, it is also efficient for BOD and COD, and that is why we have chosen powdered foam and a 7 cm thickness layer for this filter. For coconut husk, it is very good to gain good water quality standard. However, coconut husk break down faster based on a study made by Sirajo. So for better performance, it is actually good to combine coconut husk and activated carbon to reduce the concentration of heavy metals in water. which is to lower TSS and also TDS. TDS is total dissolved solid, while TSS is total suspended solid. For geotextile fabric, we have chosen TS20 as the geotextile non-woven fabric, and it is very good in removing remaining contaminants. It also contributes to a good result of COD and BOD based on Sharifa in her study.
The last topic for chapter 3 is assessment, which divided by 2, chemical and physical. As for the chemicals, the parameters are pH, dissolved oxygen, chemical oxygen demand COD, and biological oxygen demand BOD. In the box are the values set by National Water Quality Standard Malaysia that this study tried to achieve, such as pH 6 to 9, DO 5 mgl to 7 mgl, and COD 25 mgl, which is class 2. The last one is BOD 1 to 3 mHL class 2.